I want you to, like, imagine something for just a second.
Okay.
You are standing on the edge of this incredibly steep, just crumbling mountain slope in Northern California. You are utterly exhausted.
Right.
Your feet are covered in blisters, and you've just watched your left hiking boot, this heavy brown leather Rachel boot skidder, over the edge of the trail.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you watch it bounce off a rock, tumble through the air, and just, boom, disappear entirely into the dense forest canopy way down below.
Wow.
It is gone forever.
Yeah.
And you are standing there, clutching your remaining right boot to your chest. But, I mean, what is one boot without the other, right?
Exactly. It's completely useless.
Completely useless. So you lift that remaining boot up high, you throw it with all your might into the trees below, and you decide that the only way to survive is to just keep walking.
That is just
Barefoot in camp sandals.
Yeah.
Through the unforgiving wilderness.
It's an incredibly vivid, almost unthinkable image. You know, you are literally throwing away your only protection because the half measure is, well, it's useless to you. It is this ultimate moment of surrender, but also it's this radical, wild defiance.
And that defiance is exactly where we are starting our deep dive today. We are looking at a stack of incredibly moving source material today, excerpts, maps, and really vivid images from the memoir Wild, From Lost to Found on the Pacific Crest Trail, and that's by Cheryl Strayed. And our mission today is to explore the brutal intersection of profound grief and like extreme physical endurance.
Right.
We're going to unpack how a 26-year-old woman with absolutely zero backpacking experience used a grueling 1,100-mile hike to essentially save her own life.
Yeah, it's quite the journey.
So, okay, let's unpack this, because to understand why she is barefoot on a mountain, we really have to look at the catalyst.
We do, because this physical journey doesn't actually start at the edge of the Mojave Desert.
Right.
It starts 4 years, 7 months, and 3 days earlier.
Wow, very specific.
Yeah, in a small room at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. Her mother, who was only 45 years old, was diagnosed with late-stage lung cancer.
45, that is so young.
It is. And this was a really vibrant woman, a vegetarian who used natural remedies,
Yeah.
someone who seemingly, did everything right.
Yeah.
And yet, 49 days after that diagnosis, she was dead.
49 days. I mean, that isn't a decline, that is a sudden, violent theft.
Absolutely.
The details from the sources here are just gut-wrenching. During those clinic visits, Cheryl wore this green pantsuit her mother had made for her.
Right, the green suit.
Yeah, and she wore it like a talisman, a piece of magical thinking, hoping it would somehow alter the reality of the diagnosis. But it didn't. Her mother was the absolute center of gravity for their family. So when she died, that gravity just vanished overnight.
It did.
The family fractured entirely. Her siblings drifted away. Her stepfather essentially became a stranger. And Cheryl just, she spirals.
The descent is rapid and it is severe. She is completely drowning in a grief she just cannot process.
Yeah.
So she systematically destroys her own life. She wrecks her marriage to a man she deeply loves, her husband Paul, by serially cheating on him. She ends up moving to Portland, Oregon, where she dives headfirst into heroin use with this man named Joe.
Jeez.
Yeah, she has a pregnancy scare in South Dakota that leads to an abortion. She is, by her own admission, trying to cure herself by getting the bad out of her system.
But I have to stop you there, because the logic of that spiral is just baffling.
Right.
You say she's trying to cure herself, but it sounds a lot more like setting your own house on fire just to see if the foundation will hold.
That's a good way to put it.
And during her divorce, she officially changes her last name. She chooses the name Strayed.
Right.
And she literally found it in the dictionary. The definition was, and I'm quoting here, to wander from the proper path, to become wild, to be without a mother or father. So what does this actually mean? Is this hike she suddenly decides to take just another flavor of self-destruction? I mean, is she just setting a different house on fire, but this time in a socially acceptable outdoor recreation kind of way?
Well, what's fascinating here is a psychological shift embedded in that specific new name.
Okay.
She wasn't choosing Strayed just to brand herself as a disaster or like a victim. The source material references her mother's deep belief in a concept from the Tao Te Ching, the 10,000 things of the universe.
The 10,000 things.
Right. It
Yep.
represents a kind of all-encompassing infinite love, the interconnectedness of all life. When her mother died, Cheryl felt completely severed from those 10,000 things.
Always.
She felt like an actual stray in the universe. So, to address your skepticism, no, the hike wasn't another act of destruction.
It wasn't.
No, it was a desperate, radical grab for a cure. She was trying to plant a root in the very center of her absolute rootlessness.
Okay, I get the psychological symbolism of wanting to plant a root, but it still feels like a massive logical leap. You don't just wake up from a heroin bender, look at a dictionary, and suddenly know how to walk from Mexico to Canada.
Right, right.
She decides to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, which is this continuous, brutal wilderness path relying on what? A guidebook she found at an REI in Minneapolis.
That's exactly what she relied on.
You're kidding.
No, the Pacific Crest Trail, Volume 1, California. Her preparation was entirely theoretical.
Wow.
She's standing in these brightly lit outdoor stores having long, highly technical conversations with employees about, like, snag-free zipper guards on sleeping bags.
Oh, man.
But she is completely disconnected from the mechanical reality of what it actually means to put all those individual items into a single bag, put that bag on your back, and physically walk up a mountain.
The packing list you see in these sources is honestly a mix of hilarious and agonizing.
It really is.
She is treating REI like an apothecary for her soul. She brings a foldable saw,
Yeah.
a heavy metal you-dig-it trowel, miniature binoculars.
And don't forget the 12 non-lubricated condoms.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And the heavy literature. She literally packs William Faulkner's As I Lay Dying and Adrian Rich's The Dream of a Common Language.
William Faulkner. In the wilderness.
I know.
And it all culminates in this motel room in Mojave, California, the night before she starts the trail.
Right.
She fills her dromedary bag with 2.6 gallons of water. Now, if you're listening and you don't know what a dromedary bag is, it's not a solid plastic jug.
No, not at all.
It's a flexible, sloshing bladder. 2.6 gallons of water weighs about 24.5 pounds. And because it sloshes, it completely throws off your center of gravity.
Exactly. Add that nearly 25 pounds of shifting water to the heavy books, the trowel, the saw, the camp stove.
Yeah.
It brings the total weight of her pack to something just monstrous. In fact, she literally names the pack Monster.
Because she cannot lift it.
Right.
The scene in the motel is pure physical comedy, but mixed with this awful dread. She has to sit on the floor, strap the pack onto her back like a massive turtle shell, and do this desperate, agonizing deadlift just to get onto her hands and knees.
Barely.
Let alone her feet. And in the process of trying to stand up, she accidentally rips the metal air conditioner vent right off the motel wall.
It's absurd.
It is. And here's where it gets really interesting to me. She packs condoms and a foldable saw, but she brings the completely wrong fuel for her camp stove.
Yeah.
She brings a highly technical ice axe, a tool that requires actual training to use for self-arresting on a glacier so you don't slide to your death. But she has absolutely no idea how to hold it.
None.
Honestly, isn't there a dangerous arrogance here? Thinking you can conquer the unforgiving wilderness just by throwing your credit card at expensive gear?
Well, it definitely looks like arrogance on the surface, but if you look closer at the clinical psychology of it, chronic overpacking is actually a textbook symptom of anxiety.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Think about the emotional state we just discussed.
Yeah.
She had lost her mother, her family, her marriage, her entire identity. She felt profoundly unprotected in the real world. So she was physically overcompensating. She was trying to pack for every single emotional and physical contingency the wilderness might throw at her because her actual life had ambushed her so terribly.
That makes a lot of sense.
The foldable saw, the heavy books, the extra flashlight batteries. These weren't the tools of an arrogant conqueror, they were the armor of a terrified woman trying to protect her own vulnerability.
But it's armor that weighs more than half her body weight.
True.
And the wilderness doesn't care about your emotional armor. The trail is like a concrete wall. It doesn't negotiate.
No, it doesn't.
You can't charm it. You can't explain your family trauma to it. And it absolutely does not care if you're grieving. It only cares about physics, like do you have water and can you lift your legs?
Right.
Her collision with the physical reality of the Mojave Desert and the Sierra Nevada is just punishing.
It is a total trial by fire. Within the first few days, she is averaging less than a mile an hour.
Less than a mile.
Less than a mile an hour. The physical mechanisms of the hike start breaking her down immediately. Her flesh is being rubbed completely raw by the straps of Monster. Her clothes are freezing stiff at night from her own dried sweat. And her feet are just being destroyed.
The toenails.
Yes, the toenails.
The sources go into such detail about her toenails turning black and falling off.
Yeah.
If you've never hiked long distances with a heavy pack, you might not realize how that happens.
Right, it's not what people think.
It's the descents. She is wearing boots that are too rigid and likely a size too small for the swelling that occurs. Every time she walks downhill, that massive pack pushes her forward and her toes repeatedly smash into the hard leather toe box of the boot. It's a repetitive trauma that literally kills the nail.
And remember that heavy metal you dig it trowel she brought to bury her waist?
Oh yeah, the trowel.
She tries to use it in the desert and discovers that Mojave dirt isn't soil, it's basically sun-baked concrete.
Oh, wow.
The trowel simply bounces off, it is completely useless.
And we haven't even talked about the wildlife. It is not a Disney movie out there.
Far from it.
She gets charged by a massive Texas longhorn bull right on the trail, and her only defense is blowing what the packaging called the world's loudest whistle.
Which is terrifying.
She almost steps on a massive rattlesnake. She has to flee from a cinnamon-colored black bear.
Yeah.
Mentally, the isolation is deafening. To cope with the silence, she develops this mixtape radio station, playing commercial jingles on a loop in her head, just to fill the void.
Oh, right.
She walks for miles chanting, "I am not afraid," aloud, just to keep the sheer terror of mountain lions at bay.
Which brings us directly back to the imagery you opened with.
The boots.
The moment on the cliff with the boots. Her feet are so mangled by the repetitive impact inside those ritual boots that when one accidentally gets knocked off the edge, she hurls the other one after it.
But why? I mean, why not keep one to protect at least one foot?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about the psychological shift that's occurring. The physical agony of the trail is finally serving its profound purpose by forcing her to focus entirely on immediate, urgent physical survival, like, where is my next water source? How do I treat these ruptured blisters? How do I get past this fallen tree without a boot?
Right, the immediate needs.
Exactly. The trail is effectively silencing her emotional trauma. The volume on her grief is turned all the way down because the volume on her physical pain is just deafening.
That's profound.
Her internal narrative shifts. It stops being, why did my mother die? And it becomes, who is tougher than me? No one.
No one. Wow. She's replacing helplessness with endurance.
Yes.
But just as she is hitting her absolute physical breaking point, the narrative in the sources shifts gear. She starts encountering other people. The story moves from this intense solitary battle against nature to a strange kind of trail community.
Yes, the isolation breaks, but the inherent vulnerability of her situation remains pretty stark. One of her very first encounters is with a group of miners. Frank, Annette, Walter, and Carlos. She wanders down a dirt road, utterly desperate for human contact, and finds these men at a mining claim.
The tension in that scene is incredible. She's getting a ride in Frank's truck. He's being friendly, sharing his whiskey, pulling out red licorice for her.
Yeah.
But she also looks down and sees a gun case under the seat.
That changes the vibe quickly.
It really highlights the terrifying reality of being, as she puts it, the only girl in the woods. She actually lies to them.
Oh, she does.
She tells them her husband is hiking just a little bit behind her, creating this phantom shield of safety.
Right.
But the reality is, they don't hurt her. They take her in, they feed her, and they help her.
It's the beginning of her realizing she doesn't have to be completely guarded at all times. And then she finally makes it to the Kennedy Meadows outpost.
That's a big one.
Huge. This is a massive milestone on the Pacific Crest Trail. It's where the desert ends and the Sierra Nevada mountains begin. It's also where she gets her first resupply box from the outside world. And inside it, she finds a postcard from Joe, the man she did heroin with in Portland.
Yeah.
He writes, "I want to be your clean boyfriend."
Oof. But instead of feeling relief or joy, the source material, no, she just feels the sharp sting that the postcard wasn't from Paul, her ex-husband.
Yeah.
She is hundreds of miles into the wilderness, her feet are bleeding, and she is still carrying the ghost of her marriage.
She really is.
But Kennedy Meadows is also where she meets the seasoned hikers. She meets guys like Greg, who's been hiking all the way from the Mexican border, and a father-son duo, Albert and Matt.
Right.
Albert is a 50-something Eagle Scout from Georgia. He takes one look at her massive pack, Monster, and basically says, we need to fix this.
Yes.
He initiates this incredible pack purge.
It is arguably the pivotal scene of the entire journey. Albert literally dumps the entire contents of her pack out onto a wooden picnic table and interrogates every single item.
He tosses the foldable saw, he tosses the heavy deodorant, the miniature binoculars, and to her absolute mortification, he holds up the roll of 12 condoms and tosses those too. though she does secretly snatch one back to save.
Just in case.
Right. But the most profound part of the Purge, to me, involves the books. She begins literally burning the pages of the books she's carrying, including William Faulkner, after she reads them, just to lighten her physical load.
It's amazing.
But I have to push back here, though. You see her burning great literature just to survive the hike. Is this community of hikers enabling her?
How do you mean?
Well, by fixing her pack, are they just bailing out someone who had no business being in the woods in the first place? Or are they the only reason she actually survives?
That tension is exactly why the County Meadows scene is so crucial. This raises an important question about the deeper concept of unburdening.
Unburdening?
Yeah. This community isn't enabling her, they are operating as a surrogate family. They are stepping into the massive void left by the family she lost after her mother's death. When Albert, this quintessential father figure, unpacks her bag, it is intensely practical, yes. He is saving her joints and her spine.
Right.
But it is deeply symbolic. It is the physical manifestation of Cheryl finally letting someone else carry her load.
That's a great point.
Think about it. Since her mother's death at the Mayo Clinic, she had been hauling around the unbearable weight of her grief, trying to hold her fracturing family together, trying to manage her own destruction utterly alone.
Alone?
Albert physically removing the heavy, useless items from her pack is the mechanism by which she learns to let go of the unnecessary emotional baggage she's been hauling for 4 years.
So she literally leaves Kennedy Meadows with a lighter pack, but a much heavier, clearer understanding of what she's actually doing out there.
Exactly.
We started this deep dive with the grieving, lost 26-year-old woman who took a 24.5-pound sloshing water bag and a massive backpack named Monster into the unforgiving California wilderness. She faced charging bulls, concrete hard dirt, lost toenails, and her own profound naivete. But she kept walking, even in sandals.
She did.
It is a raw testament to the fact that sometimes the only way out of emotional agony is straight through physical agony. You can't go around it.
No.
You can't negotiate with the concrete wall. You have to put the pack on, feel the crushing weight of it, and walk until you learn what you can let go of.
And I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over, building on that idea of her lack of preparation.
Okay.
Consider the idea of naivete not as a flaw or a weakness, but as a superpower.
Superpower.
Yeah. If Cheryl Strayed had truly known the mechanics of through hiking, if she had known how agonizing the blisters would be, how dangerous the snowpack was, and how physically destructive the Pacific Crest Trail truly is, she almost certainly never would have taken that first step.
Oh, totally.
She would have stayed safely on the floor of that motel room in Mojave. Is it possible that in our own lives, being blindly, foolishly unprepared is sometimes the exact requirement for embarking on the journeys that ultimately save us?
Wow. That is a completely different way to look at not being ready. Sometimes you just have to throw the boot off the cliff and see what you were capable of surviving next. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the source material of Wild. Keep wondering, keep asking questions, and remember to always stay curious.